Okay, Biblical Mystics, we are on chapter 4, and we are going through the book of Exodus to understand what it looks like for us to go from our normal mind into our divine mind. And Moses is one of the greatest visible examples of that. So, we are on chapter 4. And in 4:1, the first thing we see is Moses doubts himself. He start backtracking like, nah, I can't do this. This is too much. And then God needs to take it up a notch. So he tells Moses in chapter 3, he tells Moses to throw the rod. And the rod turns into a snake. Moses takes off running. He like, oh hell no, I can't, no, this too much. When you begin to tap into your power and see what you are capable of, and this is just at the bare minimum, when you begin to tap into this, it's going to scare you. It's going to scare you. You're going to be like, what the hell? Did I do that? Because we've been trained to be scared of our potential. We've been trained to, that's dangerous. Don't look at it. Don't mess with it. But the danger is not educating yourself, not understanding what it is and what you're capable of. That's the danger, because when you don't know, that's when you get to fucking with stuff. And I'm cussing. I'm sorry. When you don't know, let's do that again. When you don't know, that's when you get to messing up. So educate yourself. Learn everything that you can learn about this side, going beyond the veil that is inside of you. That is inside of you. That's ultimately what you're doing. And educate yourself, okay? Learn everything you can. Then we go to 4. And one of the things that I tell everybody, when you're reading the Bible, what isn't being said? When you're reading these stories, what isn't being said? That's how you're going to pick up and see what is really happening and what's going on. What did they say? What didn't they say? What did it take to go from A to Z, but what didn't they tell us? And what was needed for us to get to Z? Okay. Moses, we see how God tells Moses to throw down the rod, and then it turns into a snake, and Moses takes off running. And then God tells Moses to go back and pick up the tail of the snake. Go back, pick it up. When you first begin to tap into your God power that is within you, it is going to scare you and mess with your sanctity. And you're going to question, did you just experience that? But this is your ability, this is your power, and this is part of your capabilities. So don't be scared of it. Walk in it and trust the God in you. Because all that God is, you are. And you have to learn and understand how to utilize your powers. This is why I tell y'all, on this journey, you are going to become your own scientist. Because you're going to have to figure out some stuff like, okay, what happens if I do this and this? Just like when we were younger and we were in science class. And you put one chemical with something else, you can have a big explosion. So you're going to have to mix this and mix that and see what happens when you do this and that, okay? That's the journey you on. You're going to have to become your own scientist on this journey. The rod represents your spiritual powers. It's a symbol of power. I'm going to leave that definition there. I can go a little deeper, but we just going to leave that definition right there for now. The rod represents spiritual powers. And God gave Moses that rod. This is why I also tell people, when people have crystals, people have all kind of stuff, and somebody will come behind them and be like, you can't do that, that's wrong, that's demonic, you ain't supposed to be doing that. God gave this man a whole rod. You can't tell people what they can and cannot do on their journey, figuring out who they are in relations to God and what they can do. Let them figure that out. And let yourself figure it out. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and can't utilize on this journey. You might have to utilize that for now. That does not mean you'll have it the whole time. At some point, a lot of this stuff you're going to walk away from. On my journey, I had all the crystals and all this and all that. At the end of the day, it's here. It's here. So whatever you need to get started to get you to your destination, that's between you and God. If you need certain crystals, that's between you and God. If you need a bell, you need whatever it is, that's between you and God. Don't let nobody take that from you, okay? This is your journey. So the rod represents spiritual powers. It's a symbol of power. And it's okay for you to use something outside of you until you get it in your mind. Most High in 4:10, we see Moses begin to speak on what he believed to be his deficit. He got to talking about his inability to speak. And we didn't already saw how God got upset about that. And God told him, didn't I make your mouth? I made you. I know what you're capable of. And God ended up giving in and just said, here go Aaron. Just so we can move past this point. God got pissed with Moses because he didn't trust. This is a process. So God gave him Aaron. You will be. Now, in 16, God told Moses, you are going to be as a god unto Pharaoh. I'm going to make you a god to what has oppressed you. I'm going to put you in authority to what has oppressed you. I told you this is your story about your mind taking over your mind. God is in Moses' mind speaking to him. God is not outside of you. God is within you. Okay? And he told Moses, I'm going to make you a god unto Pharaoh. God informed Moses continually that he will harden Pharaoh's heart. Okay, I don't want to talk about that yet. We'll talk about that at another time. I kind of want to keep this basic. They had to work harder after God spoke on their behalf. Every time Moses went to Pharaoh and said, God said, Pharaoh made them work harder. So keep that in mind, that the moment you open up your mouth to what oppresses you and you try to move your life forward, things might get a little tight. But no, God got your back. You're going to get through this. So remember, get your metaphysical Bible dictionaries. Use Webster. You can download Blue Letter Bible Concordance to help you break down these words so you can see the meaning behind these words. The Blue Letter Bible, you can find a metaphysical dictionary on some of the words. It won't have it in there. You'll see, like in a lexicon or something, you'll see where it says metaphysic, and it'll have it on some of the words, not all of it. So take the time, study, go through it, learn this stuff for yourself, and remember that this book is about you and your journey from your natural mind into your divine mind. And you should be walking this earth as gods and goddesses, ruling your realm, your matrix. God is in you, working through you. All right, Biblical Mystics, I love y'all. And until next time.